check. Did everyone read the agenda?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you see any comments on it?
Yeah, your fixture layout, because now announcements is inside the subset of opening, and discussion point looks like a thing like case. So fix the visuals.
It doesn't matter of
the letters and the numbers, that needs to be
announcement.
And rule changing, I guess it can be
You can't do it.
thrown off the agenda, but
Yeah, but besides that,
I think rule changing can be thrown off the agenda, but
because this is gonna be our last meeting.
no, because we don't need to discuss it anymore. It's just,
Okay.
I think it's just a thing that we can call at the closure, to be honest.
And the fabulous flop is in on there. Should have a point for the
Yeah.
fabulous flop.
Fabulous floor.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Can you guys mark one executive?
Yeah, but that's the minutes, right?
Just
Yeah, the
open
minutes
the
from last
agenda.
meeting.
Yeah, but you should
And
also
then-
have a agenda point for fabulous flop again for this meeting.
Open the agenda, and at every point, just write quickly what has been said there. So, for opening, you're currently saying everyone is there. There were some small points on the agenda, but those are fixed. Minutes were okay. Those kind of things.
Fabulous one.
Fabulous floor.
You can actually replace.
Floor.
No, just add.
Roll changing. First roll changing.
Enter new discussion
deleted
point.
it.
Fabulous floor. Discussion point, and
Yeah.
then there enter. I. Fabulous floor. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Can you say it one more time, because I don't have my agenda in there.
It doesn't matter, just open Word and write.
Yeah.
Yes. Any announcements from the tutor?
Not from my side.
No? From members?
Yeah, I think it's nice for you to summarize what has happened yesterday, Monday. We went to Maatje. We said, yeah, basically we're done. She was pretty annoyed by that, but she said, you're right, but I don't like it. And she thinks that our solution was full out to theoretically and not finding it out by trial and error. We also made a model with calculating the exact center point of the circle and radius. We need to calculate the angle still, but that are we currently trial and erroring to have to satisfy Maatje. So yeah, if this is calibrated and reinforced, then we're done. That's the summarization of last week.
Okay.
Yeah, we have the prototype is there.
Yeah.
We have a question for you.
Good.
Do you know if you have the rubric of the
Yeah, do you have the rubric of the
project?
project?
The what?
The rubric.
Meaning how we're gonna be evaluated.
Beoordelingsmodel.
Ah, okay. I have something in my reader, so I will be giving you marks. But I didn't look into that.
Yeah,
At least not into the technical stuff, and I'm also not sure how much of the technical stuff is in there. I think it's more on the process side that I have to give you marks for.
Yeah, because if we know what we are gonna be evaluated on, then it would be good to know. Because
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
yesterday we went to
understand.
Marche and
Maar het zet Oscar tutor.
yeah,
Yeah.
He
Oh,
has
nice.
a rubric.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can.
So if we can make adjustment to our robot, to our
Yeah, we got like
Yeah.
3 weeks time left, so if there are some
adjustments, to
yeah
make, we
major
can make
design
that.
flaws, we are currently perfectly able to fix it.
Yes.
And it would not be nice to find it out in the last week that oh yeah, but that's also not yeah.
Is this the actual base plate, by the way?
This is
The
the
new.
the new
Yeah,
one
because
Yes,
they had
yeah.
a problem with
And
it.
it's
Yeah,
too
I saw
small.
that.
because two of our coordinates are not on the base plate currently,
Yeah.
but for us it's not a problem because we got like the thingy.
Yeah.
And it looks like it will fit on it if we mount it, but we haven't measured that out yet.
The coordinates are out of the base plate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
the
this plate is
previous-
smaller than the original
Yeah.
planned base
Ah,
plate.
okay. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
I guess even this is smaller than what they said by email, because in the email they said it was 45 centimeters long, and quick estimation says that this is around 30 and not 45. But that might be more.
No, this is a
Oh,
12
yeah,
panel is
yeah,
30
okay.
centimeters, so that's
Yeah, it's around 45.
pretty good.
But yeah.
Okay. I've after this meeting, I think I have some time to check what's in the.
Rubric.
Yeah.
Alright. Fabulous flop. Our fabulous flop of this week.
I guess it was Andrew's first coordinates that said, yeah, the center of the circle is has a coordinate of minus a z,
Yeah.
so it was under the ground. Well, that was not possible.
Yeah, that's why I asked you through email.
Yeah,
Z
yeah,
is
yeah.
the is the vertical or
Mhm.
the horizontal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, so and it was also counterintuitive because that point was per definition more than 210 millimeters of one point, and from a calculation we then already had made was that the radius should be 210 centimeters millimeters. So that was strange. So we fixed and made another model by ourselves, and then we got a point, and after checking, appears to be the right point. And how it was calibrated Monday, it went to all the 3 points, but now it should be recalibrated because this got loosened.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but I calculated right.
Yeah, we can calculate it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Maartje don't like
Already
that.
did it.
Yeah, Maartje don't like that.
You mean calculated angle? She didn't say that she doesn't like it. She said like,
We have to challenge
Yeah.
ourselves more.
yeah, we have to
she
challenge
said-
ourselves more.
She said she didn't think about like the solution that we
Yeah.
we came up with.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
was like, she was really, I think, not annoyed but excited about the solution we got. Not annoyed, definitely not annoyed.
Well, she didn't like it.
I mean, she didn't like because we coped with the task and they were thinking that we're gonna spend a lot more
Yeah,
more
they were
time.
Yeah.
expecting that we
Yes.
would spend
Yeah, but-
more time on it, and like she was really, as he said, excited about the like how we sorted out, meaning on a mathematical level, and this is exactly what she said. But like from all the other stuff that she said, we got the feeling, let's say, that she didn't like the fact that it's finished so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, but if we got a conveyor belt for luggage, then what you currently have built is a
And
luggage belt that keeps luggage on it. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, the last time we asked about if we should drop the ball or not,
Yeah.
they said no.
they said
They
no.
said no. And
So
It's
we
in the
made
it's
it.
in the questions. that they
Yeah.
But
said.
the
Oh, yeah,
but
our
suddenly she was demanding to, yeah, but you can also make the ball drop after it has reached point C. And it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, don't be so counterintuitive. Yeah,
So
not
for one
not
thing,
consequent.
it's a little bit confusing. In the student reader, it said it just needs to pass all the 3 points,
Yes.
and then she said it's if
It
you
doesn't
can-
even need to stop, and now
Yeah.
when we're done, she said, but you can also let the ball stop on every point, and you can let it drop
Yeah,
at
so-
point C. And she was, because we're done so quickly, because
Yes.
the exercise was vague enough to make a simple model. Now she's demanding way more things from us that they don't demand from other groups that are not done yet.
Yes.
It feels like being punished for having
For
the
being
quickest,
fast.
fastest and simplest idea.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but
I wouldn't say she's demanding from us. She said that if we want, if we have time, if we think that's important,
yeah,
then we can challenge ourselves. She
Yeah.
didn't say, "Yo guys,
You
challenge
should."
yourself or you'll get
Yeah.
a wrong grade."
yeah. Well, she was saying things like, yeah, the technical part is a very small part of it. So yeah, you should do other things too. This project, and I was like, come on, don't be so.
But
Should we-
how does the ball get inside your...
It starts here. They
Yeah,
don't.
it's
That was
full
also
stop.
a question. They don't expect us to pick the ball up.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, we
So
shouldn't
it's
touch
currently
the ball.
already picked up.
Yeah.
It's already in the R.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was not a restriction that it should somehow from 000 go into.
Like, I think that's
Yeah,
what we're
then
all
that-
trying to say is that, like, for next time, because now we can't do anything about it, it's just all the instructions should be more
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, I
if we
did
finish,
some.
we've done everything that we are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Not that then we find out that we have to do something else.
Yeah, that's something that I noted in other groups as well.
Yeah.
That it's also, I think, because it's the first time that this project runs, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's to be expected, I guess.
Yes.
Regarding the things you just said, you have the time, so if you have to pick
Yeah.
something to challenge yourself with, I would say, well, I would like to ask you, does it make sense that your ball is already in the system and then at point C doesn't get out of the system? In real life, would there be a lot of applications
Well,
for that, or
I compared it there also to, for example, the machines of ASML. They're printing
yes?
on a wafer, and then it's not a real processor. It's like a sub-product that,
Yeah.
for example, Intel asked ASML make a machine that can print the traces on a wafer, and that's what they asked ASML. They don't expect ASML to make the wafer with a fully print processor and also cut the processors out of the wafer and even install them already in the motherboard. That's not the question asked. What I compare.
Yeah, that's maybe true, but even then there is, I think, ASML
Yeah, but
that
that's
thinks about how is the wafer coming into the machine and how is it getting out of my machine, because the wafer is my product, so it has to get out.
yeah,
otherwise
but
it's
that's
useless.
what was
So
asked.
I
is
think-
we have a point. We have a ball at point A. The ball needs to go to point C via point D,
Yes,
and it's already in a hole if you make it. That was explicitly said in a question.
Yeah, maybe.
Because currently it's like having a mod test and we're done after 30 minutes while the test is 2 hours, and they say like, here you got 10 other questions
Yeah,
to do too.
I get your frustration, but
Yeah, yeah.
from what I know, I think
It's not my problem that your mod test is too easy.
no. Well,
Yeah, kind of, but yeah, not.
I would advise you. I think you can see my point.
Yeah,
what
I see
made.
a point, but it's
So
like-
I would advise you, because you have time, look into how would you get the ball. Let's assume that it's somehow coming rolling into point A, and in some way it should be rolling out of point C or dropped. Or can you think of a solution to do that? I think that's a good way to spend the time you have on your hands now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we should really use the example they said about the conveyor system
Yeah, but the
from
conveyor
the belt,
system is
from the luggage belt example.
luggage barrel. We can just add the kind of case for ping pong ball, like if it was in real life,
Yeah.
then some clients put their luggage, they like open their, I don't know, thing, conveyor, put their luggage, going to some point in the airport, and then this conveyor drops their luggage to this point, and they just open it and take their luggage out. So we
Yeah.
don't need to drop
Make
the
it
ball,
drop.
we don't need to take the ball, we just can make a case that opens,
Yeah.
we can put the ball inside, close, and that's it. That's like extra point, and yeah,
Make it stop when you arrive at sea. Yeah.
if needed, yeah.
Actually,
It is
if
needed.
we're following your like what you just
Like
said.
conveyor in airport doesn't stop,
Yeah, that's true.
so
Yeah.
you gotta be just fast enough and strong enough to take your luggage out of this conveyor, so.
Unless it goes like.
Yeah, but we can
Add some resistors,
Yeah, we'll think
or
about it.
less power.
So the advice is take the time to find a way to have the ball rolling into point A and roll out of point C if that's possible.
Alright.
Regarding the fabulous flop, you went a bit fast on that because I wanted to ask what did you learn from the fabulous flop?
Let's see.
Don't
It's-
trust any calculation immediately.
Yeah, always
and
double
some
check what
formulas
you
can be
do,
wrong.
Yeah.
and
The internet's not always right.
and if you get something wrong, you just have to keep trying.
Yeah, and no matter how sure you are,
Double check.
Double
Yeah.
check.
just like the Z coordinates.
So we were not
Yeah, that's
far
good.
from our fabulous flop from last week.
Yeah.
What was last week's fabulous flop again?
Yeah, that was
We
something.
misunderstood the dimensions of the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
concepts.
Yeah, it's almost
And
the
this
same
time we
thing.
misunderstood what C was.
No, because that was not the problem. It was, the coordinates were very different. It was not that the misunderstanding of C, it was just an incorrect calculation
Yeah.
found on the internet.
Yeah. We should do the feedback now.
Yes.
You should be present for that. I read
Yes.
that. So,
Was that on the agenda, by the way? The feedback.
yeah, assignment 5.2.
Ah, okay, good. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question. Do we have to hand in this once we're done?
I don't think you have to, because you sent your weekly
Yeah.
evaluation
Oh,
anyway.
Should we send it by mail or should we upload it to NetSchool? Because last 2 weeks I uploaded it to NetSchool, but I only saw my documents.
Yet, until I noticed that I have a Fontes account, I
Yeah.
liked you to email, but
Oh,
I
you
do
have
have a Fontes account now.
Oh,
I
great.
did already for a month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but what they did is, it's interesting, we thought of that, is somebody mailed me, I'm going to mail to your Fontes account now because you have one, and I thought, I didn't have any email whatsoever, so I don't have one, so how should I access it? And then I thought, oh, maybe it's the one from last year that has been activated again. So I tried and it was active again, but they sent the activation email, they sent it into the deactivated email box. So I
Well,
didn't
that's
know that
smart.
yeah,
That's really smart.
yeah.
So we can upload now.
Yes. So that's, I think, more convenient for everybody. That it's
Should we
just,
upload also the old ones?
yes, that would be nice.
Okay.
And we put it all in one overview. And
yes.
Alright. Who wants to start?
So, what was the idea? That
We have to get feedback on the subject on
So-
each and one of us. Each and one.
So we're going to say first I am, and then you all are giving your
No, we have
grade to me, or how are we going to do this?
We have to use the method from PRS from IC that you
I'm free
Yeah.
for
I think
for stuff.
But where are the number columns for them? Because I really don't understand this table.
Okay, interesting. Because what I understood is that you should have prepared it, but
Oh.
what don't you understand from?
Well, is this my? Do I need to fill in the score the team gives me, or do I need to pick that we have
to pick one
two?
of
Yeah,
us.
that one is a team member that I should grade, or how do I
Yes,
need?
you
Yeah.
pick one and then you rate them.
Yeah, so that I say Andrew is one, and then I give the grades to Andrew, but that's not really feedbacky because the feedback thing was like explaining what and why.
Yes, exactly. I think it's two different things that you have to do.
Because this is
Because last group, and I think that's also how I understood it, is that you just have a round of feedback, so from everybody to everybody on an
Yeah.
individual basis, and apart from that you fill in, and I think you can do that later in the week.
Oh,
This,
Yeah, actually, yeah.
yes,
oh, this
That's
is like
how-
the reflection thingy.
yes.
Ah,
I think that's how it was supposed to be done.
So now let's just give feedback.
Yes. I
Like
think
all
that-
give feedback to one, then all to
Yeah.
one. Sure.
Right. Yeah, you start with one person and that gives first to you, then to you, then to
Oh, okay.
is it not easier to have everyone giving feedback on the same person? Because then it will be easier for the person to hear things and you have less
Process
repeat.
thoughts.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah,
I
that's
do understand your point, but it might also kind
much.
of trigger kind of a turkey shoot.
It
Ah,
doesn't have to be
How do you call it, right?
yeah.
That you just
Okay.
have a
then-
waterfall of.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Bad things or good things.
Yes.
okay.
It doesn't have to be bad.
If you don't
No,
have
it doesn't
negative-
have to be, but it can also be in the other direction a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Who starts?
Shall I start?
Yes.
Okay.
Should we fill something?
No, that one we can do it later.
Okay.
Andrew.
And I think it's good to have this on paper if you're finished. Because,
Sorry.
yeah, if just put it on paper. What you say now,
Ah, okay.
I guess that's something that you will remember, and then you can put it in somewhere in your logbook at some point in time.
Yeah.
We also have it recorded, so
Yeah, that's indeed true. That's good.
Andrew, feedback for you is don't try to trust the internet and go out from your own knowledge. Because what I see a lot in this project is like, I feel that if you got a problem, you're first Googling it, then find somewhere a solution finder or something like that, put it in and present the results. Well, I think that if you first think about what's the exact problem and how can I solve it, that then the results will be easier, pretty good. Because now we had like, for example, the coordinates, because you filled just in 3 points and then there was a solution. We all saw that the coordinates were not correct because of the negative z-axis, but it was really hard to find the fault in it. Well, if you try to find a solution, how do you calculate it step by step, it's easier to find mistakes that are made somewhere. You understand?
Yeah, I do. Do I need to respond or?
you have to process it.
Yeah.
Angie,
You don't have-
Yeah.
I think you were pretty quiet with the building Monday, but this today you really we got to the tables and you and Hint started building immediately to. So I guess what I want to say is that you have a good self-reflection or something like that, because you both understand that. I guess you felt a bit useless Monday, because Andrew, and I were mainly building a zine that was helping you, and you were starting. Then I will just make a drawing of the map, while I thought that you want to build, and by now just saying, okay, I'm going to build. Yeah, it's pretty good. Just don't try. Yeah, try to have an own opinion. Yeah, I'm not sure how to say this, but
Speak up.
yeah, try to try to do what you do and just claiming it. That was what I saw. So that's positive feedback. Zines. I really couldn't find any feedback for you. Not positive, not especially positive, not especially negative. I think you're just doing good and keep doing what you do. I hope others had found something, because others would be pretty useless, but I couldn't find anything to be. Yeah, you can focus on specific things very hard to make the things you do more outstanding. That can be a thing, but you're doing good now. I have nothing to complain. Hint. You're very helpful with other people that are in trouble with things. Like, for example, Zines was really struggling in making the minutes. By just sitting an hour with him and fix the minutes, it will cost you time that it's not very useful for you, but it will help him a lot, and it will help the group also a lot. So, yeah, I guess that's one of my feedbacks.
Okay, Andrew.
Yeah.
Feedbacks.
Oh, I'm doing feedback.
Yeah.
Alright.
If you want.
So start with Zancy. Yeah, as Kun already mentioned, you can just be a little bit more confident, but that's okay. I mean, we're all just getting started. We are just finished our project, our prototype. So you're doing a great job. You're helping all of us, especially while building the second leg of our construction of our robot. Yeah, you're searching a lot of materials. I really like it. A lot of useful information. You're helping with calculations. So yeah, really satisfied with your work. The same as Dennis. Yeah, well, Monday, you really tried to help everyone. He was like, oh, can I help this one? Can I do something there? And I really liked it. Like, you're really enthusiastic. Keep going this way. Yeah, I think so. So you're good. You're good. Hint is really a great unit taker. She's like planning everything. She's recording everything. Yeah, and as well as NC helping us with our project. Yeah, like you received the task, you did the task correctly, so that's cool. That's great. Koen. Yeah, a lot of great ideas about the project, but the same as you already mentioned about me, I wanted to mention about you, about the calculations with the angle, because I don't know what kind of formulas did you use. Hopefully the same formulas as I used, because I followed step by step, as you said, calculation step by step, and we've got different angles, and I've got wrong point, you've got wrong angle, yeah, and you got right point, and I've got right angle, and cooperation.
If you have 5 minutes of the meeting, I will discuss the model with you so we can both see it. I think that will give some insights.
You mean what?
The computer model,
Yeah.
if we both take a look, we might find the correct angle.
Okay.
Yeah, not apart from the feedback part, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, we just like
Yeah.
try to understand what they write down to, just with the thing, round thing. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, I guess.
Everyone is good.
Everyone's. Well, okay, for Senos. As I see it, I think you're a very initiative person. I don't know, but whenever I ask, oh no, whenever we discuss about something, you were like, oh, I did watch this video, I did some research, and you always knew what to do. You've always read the weekly briefing and stuff before us, so that's what's good about Senos. And him, I think you are also a very, oh no, you are a very organized person, and I think that you always take immediate steps when you find a problem, like when you called me several times because there were problems with your laptops and you lost some documents for our groups. You immediately called me and ask me for help and ask the others for help in order to make it again. So I think that's really needed for us to get our work done on time and stuff like that. And for Koen, I think that you are really enthusiastic about this project and you really put your best effort to it, especially to the calculations. But I saw that you were maybe a bit overacting when we finished the project because you immediately told the other groups, guys, we finished this, guys, we finished this. I mean, it's fine for me, it's fine for us, but I'm afraid that it will make the other groups a bit uncomfortable or something. So maybe try to keep it more to ourselves. But that's fine. I mean, we're celebrating our.
Yeah.
For Andrew, you are also very helpful person, and I think you're a very enthusiastic person too, and you do a lot of calculations. You work at your best, but maybe sometimes when we're discussing something, try to focus more about what we're discussing, because as I saw it, sometimes you talk too much about the ideas. I don't know, maybe. Try to focus more on what the topics are. But yeah, maybe because you're so enthusiastic, you want to get everything out of your mind. Yeah. Right at that time, but we can't always do that. But that's good that you're very creative and you have a lot of ideas. Yeah, I think that's all.
Great. I'll go.
So this is first.
We're following the.
Oh, okay. Alright. Andrew, I see that you are very open-minded, especially when it came to ideas for our project. That's really good. I also see that when you made the calculations, I think it would have been better if the next day when we met, that you could have explained how you used the formula, what formulas you used.
Oh, I didn't explain about that.
Yeah, you sent a screenshot of the calculations, but like I would have liked an explanation.
Yeah, sure.
Really great work what you're doing. I really like your ideas. Yeah, that's for you. Ansi, I see that you can think ahead before, like if you don't know if you can help somewhere, but you find something else to do that is a good thing for the group. For example, when when you drew
Oh,
the base plate and the paper, you thought ahead for the group, and then when we finished our prototype, we could have tested immediately because you already did. So that's really good, and you also help us out when we need it. That's good. And also, you should speak your mind more often.
Mhm.
If you think of something, just say it. Hint, as you really are the light of the group. You keep the group alive. You either you say you always say something positive. So that's good, and you are really helpful. And so if I have a problem sometime, I can always come to you. That's really good. And also with Ansi, sometimes you should speak your mind if you think of something or have an idea. Just speak your mind. And Koen, the good thing is you have great leadership. I like listening to you. I also, I don't have much knowledge in everything, but I'm learning a lot from you. And that's good. The only thing is, I saw yesterday when with Marce, when she explained that we should challenge ourselves, you didn't really process. You spoke your mind immediately about that we did the assignment, we did everything that we should do, but maybe try to keep an open mind about it. We have time, we can do other things with the project in our time, but also if we want to. So try sometimes to keep an open mind about when people say something. And also with the calculations and what you did for the points, it would have been nice if you explained what you did and how you did it.
Let's do that after the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn. Andrew, from what I see, I believe that you have great experience. You're really young. You're just 18. Yeah, 17. Yeah, and you already know how to do so many stuff. You you're really creative, and above that, you already know how to do a lot of stuff. And I'm really learning a lot from you and from Kun, because I think that in the group, there you two are the ones with most experience. I wouldn't have, for example, you were soldering the cables, and Kun was discussing with you what you should do with the cable, you should connect to the other. I wouldn't have known from where I had to start. That's why I was next to you and trying to help you, because I really wanted to understand it. And as I already said, you're really creative, and that's an amazing talent. And the only thing is that sometimes maybe you should try to not overgo with your flow.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys what I'm trying to say. Okay. But despite that, you already know that you're a great group member. Ansi. So, I feel like you're the person with which I can put myself into. We're really similar, and as you already heard from everyone else, you should speak up more. But I say that because I really see that you're really smart. You have amazing ideas, but sometimes maybe you're a little shy and you're afraid that maybe it's not correct, and you don't want to disappoint someone else. But actually, you should try and just go ahead, try it, whatever. If it's wrong, you're gonna learn from it. If it's good, great. And you see that from when you when we first started doing the calculations and you were with Kun, and you did that together, that was amazing. You were trying, and that was really good. and plus every time I need some help, you're always there, and that's great. So, as Ansi, you're always there to help me. Although you maybe you don't do it on purpose, I don't know, but you really always help. You always know what we have to do. You're always like one step ahead. Like although maybe you don't have that much experience in the field, because I don't know, you didn't do it at school, as I didn't. You already like you try to do your best to keep up, and that's impressive because like it means it shows that you really want to learn and you really want to like do your best. It's amazing. Good. I really like look up to you. I don't know if that's the right word. I don't know.
I guess that's
Yeah.
all the right words for what you
Yeah, because you're like you have so much experience and knowledge, and I really admire that, and also your leadership skills. And I try to take inspiration from you every time we meet up and work together. And I think that you already know that because like you're really good.
bad idea too.
Only thing is that maybe you're so skilled in being a leader and focused on that sometimes you you're like
Yeah, I understand.
yeah. I have to express it though.
Yeah.
You like it's hard to make you change your mind. Like if you have one idea, sometimes you're just like, no, this is the thing that we should do, and that's it. But sometimes it's good to be like open to other solutions, other compromises maybe. That's the only thing. It's hard to give feedback.
Alright. I read.
Can you wrap it up and
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
5 minutes
now
left.
for this point, because I think it's interesting. It's an interesting point in the project where you have to review each other, and we can do one round of something that you really learned from the feedback that was really that you didn't know or was in some way an eye opener or whatever.
I didn't know that I was helpful because sometimes I know I try to help, but for me it feels like I'm not doing enough. So now I know that I'm wrong. So yeah, that's what I got.
Good.
Yeah, I'm also surprised that they actually notice. I've been keeping myself low all this time.
Don't do that on
That's very
purpose.
true.
Don't do it. Just
Yeah. So yeah, that's good news.
Shine bright.
Actually.
For me, light of the group. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. Like I know that I'm helpful because it's like a thing that I can not, like I can't avoid doing it. Right? It was really nice to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, I heard that I'm inspirational for people. Please don't. Did 2 years of university, failed first year, switched to second year. Yeah, don't follow me blind, please. Think by yourself. Don't believe in others. It's not working.
Oh, can
Yes.
I
Sounds so
Yeah.
tell
sad.
you something? Like, you should like. We all make mistakes in the
Yeah, but-
past,
yeah,
we
true,
all
but-
fail, but whatever. We're not saying that we're following you blind. You're being an inspiration because you have already so much
Yeah, but-
experience
Yeah,
that you
but
can help
I have
others.
much experience because I'm 4 years older. 3 years older.
And,
Yeah, 3 years older.
and what's the problem in that?
That's
Well,
the problem.
it's logical that I have more experience because I
No,
I already failed 2 studies at university. It's if you also did 2 studies at university, you probably had around the same knowledge. So it's not that I'm further than you are. And
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think he's
older, so
trying to
I know more because I learned more, but
Yeah, but still,
it's
that doesn't
different
make
than
you
being an
like.
inspiration source.
No, I think you're completely wrong. I'm sorry, but
Yeah,
that's
you
what I
can
think.
say that.
Because it doesn't mean that if you failed, you can be like your knowledge can inspire someone else.
Yeah.
If you have that knowledge, you can always help someone else with it. Like I'm 2 years
Yeah,
older
okay.
than him, but I don't have that knowledge.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but it's different than if you compare Andrew as someone to follow to me, because Andrew is 17. For him, it's kind of impressive that he knows those kind of things.
And
But I already got ECTS for the skills I just have shown.
but
It's
still,
not special.
you know stuff, and you can
As-
teach us that stuff.
Yeah, okay.
I'm learning from you.
I mean, I think he couldn't try to say that. Yeah, sure, he can give us.
I can give you
new
information,
ideas,
but don't-
information, true. But he's saying that we should try to go with our path.
Yeah,
Not
we
to
didn't
follow
say that we're
blindly.
following him
Yeah,
blind.
yeah.
Just that
Try
we're
to
taking
yeah,
inspiration
try
from
to
his
find
knowledge.
things out first before asking to anyone.
Like our own.
That I
ideas,
know
and then
that
compare
I
it to
got
others.
some courses about
Yes.
MATLAB implies that I know MATLAB, but it does not imply that I know everything of MATLAB or
Yeah, but still,
yeah.
if we're
I'll
working-
try to help you if you have questions, but you
Yeah, that's
need
the
to do
thing.
things by yourself.
Of course. I didn't say that, like, I'm not gonna do anything and
No,
come
no,
to you
no,
and be
but
like,
that was also,
Yeah, that's
also
the thing
not
that
what I
I'm
was
saying.
implying, but
yes,
Uh,
just, wait a second,
Just
let me
take the
finish
compliment.
my,
Yeah,
because
okay.
it
Yeah,
has
exactly.
it has a value to the
Yeah.
group that you have the knowledge.
yeah.
what
The
Okay.
counter side is also mentioned. I think sometimes you can be a bit pushy and maybe a bit ahead of the group.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
it's a value. It's an added value.
Yeah.
And it has a downside. So that if you
Yeah.
are aware of that, you can use the added value and try to avoid
The
the
downside.
negative
Yeah.
Yeah.
point. That's exactly the point of this.
Okay.
Just try to
Andrew.
process more.
Yes.
Open mic.
What did you learn from the physics?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, I think because you already knows it.
Well, yeah, I should definitely double check some formulas, some my calculations, because yeah, I think that I'm applying the correct formulas and correct like equations stuff, but sometimes I didn't notice that z value is negative. I didn't notice that, and that meant that calculations were somewhere wrong. So yeah, double checking calculations. And as you said, I'm creative and open-minded, but I should like really focus on something if we are like really talking about real stuff right now, right there. So that, just don't fall away.
Is this room free now? Because nobody showed up yet.
Yeah.
Okay, then we can discuss the model here. Because it's easier with the screen. For me.
But we have class in a bit. So
Do you have class?
yeah.
It's
in
right,
15
so you have
minutes.
to be
And we have a CD.
50. Oh, no.
Yeah, but he didn't show up the last 3 times. So.
Oh, so we don't have.
Yeah, he sent a mail that he will send an email if you need to come there.
He didn't
Yeah.
send me an email, so
You
yeah,
said-
I think we are free. Like, pardon us. We have to classes.
You have, in 20 minutes you got classes, you said?
Yeah.
15 or
15.
18 to be exact.
Okay, I can manage to explain it in such short amount of time. And else we just do it tomorrow.
We can do it tomorrow. maybe.
Well, lunch break or
Yeah.
something. So, yeah.
Do
Okay,
you,
can I
do
just-
you have something?
Yes,
Oh.
I would advise you for the minutes of this week, send them both to me and to the other tutor that I've mentioned in
Yes,
the
I was
email.
going to ask you, do you
Yeah.
have his contact information? 'Cause I
No.
couldn't-
I guess you just type in the surname and then you find the email address, right?
I tried to search Matthijs, but I didn't find his email in.
Search for his back name. Last name.
Yeah.
What what was his last name again?
Vermeulen. Vermeulen.
No, I only see yeah, but he is our classmate, yeah.
Classmate?
Yes.
No, Bram for
Oh,
Bram,
he-
Oh.
not Matthijs.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
it's a because there's a Matthijs, Eva Matthijs, but that's not.
No, that's so then
No, that
that's strange. Yeah, try to find out via Maarten or via Bart-Jan van Lierop. He at least should have the contact information.
okay.
Because I will be on holiday starting from tomorrow.
Enjoy.
I will.
Try not to forget us.
No, forget us.
No, just forget us.
Yeah, for one moment, just.
Hope you're going to somewhere warm with no rain.
Yeah, I think it will be better than here, and I'm going to Italy.
Oh, I'm from
Oh.
Italy.
You are from Italy.
Where are you
I
going?
love Italy.
Where are you going?
I didn't book anything, at least not for the not for the first week.
Okay.
Just trying to get lost.
No.
Oh.
I do have a classic car, also Italian by the way. It's an Alfa Romeo Spider.
Oh, Alfa Romeo.